Okay, I'm going to show a few Oregon
We need to
strats
protect the
which I've
biohazard container. Secure the
found
room.
from watching the pros
10
and just
seconds to
trying out
insertion.
myself. Um, they aren't very
Down
advanced,
to
I'm not
5
going to lie,
seconds.
but they are quite a lot of them are effective.
Op 4 has
Some
failed
will
to
only
find the
work against some
biohazard
newer
container.
players. Some will only work against. Some will work against the more experienced players. But it all depends on who you're against and if they know how to counter said strategy. So this here, you can do it one or two ways. You can have it like this, where then you have this whole unreinforced wall here. So then you can watch the hatch if they drop, or the hallway. If you look here, you can just see around the corner. And then you have someone here, so they stop from coming in the back through here or on the stairs. That's the whole purpose of this mirror here. So then they can watch the stairs, or if they come through either one of those two doorways. Obviously they'll be able to hear if they come in through here. It's most effective like that, but you could also have two reinforced walls here, put the other mirror on and just break one and then peer through that. Although then they won't have direct line of sight onto the stairs, so it's easy to get flanked. I would also recommend having a bandit, not really a mute, because bandit's most efficient. Put it on each one of the walls, so that one and the one back there, so they can't hibana it. You could do this alone, although getting flanked is a problem. And if you're doing it like this, then they could just break open this wall and the mirror, and then all of a sudden they can come from the front hatch and here behind the or if you've got it set up with the double mirror, they could use this mirror to their advantage and peer through this one. But yeah, that's the first strat. Here's a cheeky little peek which I found quite useful. So if you think they're gonna spawn over street, you can just look over here, which gives you a nice little view between the car and the garage. If you step further away, it decreases the chance of them being able to headshot you straight off the bat. We need to try and make such a small hole. Then if you also break open that door from this distance, you can see if they hop in through the window, and then just shoot them down, really. Well, the next strat may seem quite obvious, although I barely ever see anyone using it. This is mostly prominent, maybe on bomb. So they come in here and plant in this corner. But if you break this floor here, and then you go downstairs to where you broke it, you can shoot up for when they come in through here, because this is quite a popular form of attack going into this objective. If you really wanted to, you could even break this top bit here with a shotgun, nitrocell. I wouldn't advise nitrocell because that makes a massive hole, which is quite blatant. If you do it at an angle, you can kind of see up, see if they've hopped in, then you can turn the corner and then shoot up. So that could be a good way of denying the plant, denying the secure, or if they jump in to grab the hostage, you just shoot up. You can even, I think, yeah, you can even throw a C4 up. So yeah, that's quite a good strat I found. You can also, let's see if I can grab the C4 back. A good strat is here, which I found on the Pro League, is you can break that, and you can throw C4s, or you can throw smokes, impact grenades. You can't actually stand on here, so you can't do it, can't use it as like a vantage point, but if then you reinforce that and then throw stuff over, equally it can be used against you though, so I'd use that with caution. The next little spot is good if the objective is in dorms and kids, if you're playing bomb. Just break open the top of this wall here. It's best when you're glass, because then you can see people's feet. Then if you see them on the stairs, you can shoot their feet out really easily. The defenders could reinforce both these walls. That's quite a common thing in the Pro League. But in normal ranked play, chances are people are going to forget about these walls altogether and probably reinforce. Oh, hang on, I'll show you. they will more than likely reinforce some of these walls. Probably have a mirror on it. That wall, those walls, these two, and probably even these two, because you can have some really good angles on the objective, especially if you're glass. Just look at that. All of a sudden you can stop them from rotating here, or if they're in this room, you can break open the wall a bit, and then all of a sudden you've got them trapped in that room essentially. They can't come out of there, because then your friends can just go over, or teammates can go over there, and then you can just pinch them, because you're going to see them. They'll look like a Christmas tree if you're glass. I've just recently found spots like this where people will normally forget that this whole top bit is destructible. So here's a good little angle of watching this door, because chances are they're not going to look through here. When playing casual, or if you're against low level players, they probably won't drone it, so they'll hit it and then you could just shoot them. Or a little spot which I've it's not really a great spot, but you'll be surprised how many people just run in, and you could just hide down here. As soon as you hear them breaking the door, if it's over here, you can watch here, or you could even break this little bit. Not that bit in particular, that's a bad example. Break just break this wall, basically, and shoot through it. Or you could just use your peek's advantage, run up. You can drop shot them if you really want, you know, whatever you're comfortable with doing. Well, that can get you a few free kills on ranked, or and that's low level ranked or casual. Something people forget when it's in dorms, that this whole bottom bit is destructible. So you can break this hatch, throw grenades in, if you know someone's camping in the back corner, etc. If you know someone's camping in a certain bit, you can just destroy the floor from underneath them. It's a really good place to be, really, but everyone forgets about it. This really is only useful if you know someone's in here. Chances are you don't want to go using all your shotgun shots on this roof if no one's actually in there. This could also be a good spot for glass, maybe, if they haven't reinforced this. You can blow it open a bit, and maybe you'll catch someone off guard if they're camping behind the beds, maybe. Well, that's about it. It's only really good for Buck, because he can use that vertical gameplay which separates just the normal players from the good players, really, the golds from the diamonds, etc. Don't know if it's much of a strat. I haven't found much use for it, but you can destroy that there, so you can lie next to it. You can have line of sight on that window. It's just a little something which I've been shown. Don't know if you can make any use of it though. Okay, something else I found that was worth noting, which I think was in the match with Lethal Gaming and Most Wanted, was this little setup here. They were holding dorms, I think, and they had a bandit on either one of these. I think a mute would work fine too. So attackers won't be able to go through here to create angles. They will have to go through one of the doorways here, here, or here. They had a Jaeger in here. All of this was open, so they could watch the whole of this. A mirror, so they could see through here, and they could even rotate through here if they were to try and flank. Because then they also had a bandit watching the hallway here and here, so they couldn't come through this door. So if your bandit or mute dies, and say if you were a Jaeger in situation, you could just rotate out, back up out, and run back up to dorms. But the attackers have to deal with you, because if you're here, you're blocking their entry from here, and eventually you could just come up behind them, and then there'd be an attack from two ways. By not allowing them through there, it creates less angles through looking through here. They won't be able to get behind here, and it also stops the vertical gameplay of them using their book or something to break open this floor and completely cut off the kid's bedroom.
10 seconds
something
remaining.
which I've found works quite well when you're defending meeting hall,
Down to 5
'cause
seconds.
it's not very helpful otherwise, is reinforcing both of these walls
Op 4 has failed to find the biohazard container.
and then the walls behind me, so it cuts off this whole top area, and then you don't have to reinforce the hatch either. Crouch and placing these mirrors on this wall. Place this one as closely as you can. There we go. And then break this one. Since if you also reinforce those two, they can't come behind you unless they want to use a thermite or Habana. And here, you can see them if they're coming from the top. You see them, just see their heads, crawl around the corner, pick them off. You can give them intel if they've come in through the top or if you can hear them from down there. I would also advise having a mute or a bandit, although if you used a bandit, all 4 of them will be used on those 2 and those 2. So if you had both, that would be preferable, because then you could put one mute here, one mute there, and then the bandits downstairs on the other big walls. And this is just generally a good spot because they don't have a line of sight on you from here. They could grenade you, but a Jaeger ADS like here or something could stop that. If they start trying to shoot you, you could just hide back here. This would work against the lower level players, but I wouldn't advise it against the higher levels because you won't get kills with higher levels. You could potentially waste their time, but if you feel like, well, if they're thermite in that or Habana in it, then you could also break this hatch and rotate back around down here, back to safety. Although the downside to that is then the hatch is open, so when they come through, they can look up. So thank you for watching. This was Oregon. I don't know if I'll do another one, or I could do. I'll look into it. But for now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.